Chargers, and they score!
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to 321 this morning. My name is Ben Barber. I am your host for this show. The host with the most, I don't know, maybe not. I am the one that you got, though. So thank you so much for being here. It is 8 a.m. on Monday, August 18th. Welcome to the show. And today, we got a lot to talk about. The Washington County Fair. I don't need these on. The Washington County Fair. We just finished up the 58th annual Washington County Fair, and it was one to remember for sure. The great thing about the fair every year is the stories and the history and all of the nonprofits that they help. That is the most important thing about the fair every single year. It's why I love going back. It's why I've loved going since I was a child. And that was no different this year at all. It was incredibly special. Huge shout out to over 30 nonprofits that run those food booths, all of that delicious fair food that you eat every single year. That is provided, cooked, volunteered, all of that stuff by 20, 30 plus nonprofit food booths, and the very few commercial food vendors that are on site also donate a large portion of their proceeds to those nonprofits. So that is incredibly important, and we just want to always give a huge shout out to them. The Rhode Island Grange does a great job. The Pomona Grange. The fair committee is filled with people who work tirelessly year round. Pete Fish, who's been doing it forever, Kate Fish, the co-chairmans, Mike Camacho, the entertainment chair. He's already been booking next year's entertainment, and we don't know what it is yet, but he has to work on it now, and he has to work on it all through the year. All of the superintendents for the livestock and the poultry and we had new rabbit and poultry superintendents this year. So many different things that you don't even think of. Hundreds of vendors that come in. The sponsors of the fair, Inman and Turgey, Gorelick Farms, Dan's Place, the Military Day sponsor. Every Thursday of the fair, veterans get in for free. Veterans and active military get in for free with their military ID. That doesn't just happen on its own. That takes someone in the community to step up, and that's what Dan at Dan's Place does every single year, and that is so special. And they do such a great job of all of that. So it was a truly special week for the Washington County Fair. Something that I could brag about, and I will just a little, but not for me at all. And I'll explain that in a second. The Washington County Fair this year, I was totaling up everything, looking at the graphs, looking at the charts yesterday. I had a little bit of gum on my mouth. Totaling up. Sorry, I apologize for that, by the way. I was totaling up everything yesterday. The Washington County Fair reached over 1 million viewers on Facebook in the last month. That is insanity. That is insanity for the Washington County Fair to get 1 million views. Just shows you how much everyone in the tri-state area loves this fair, and what an important thing. It's Rhode Island's largest agricultural event. It's Rhode Island's largest midway event. And so actually I have the numbers here in front of me. 1 million viewers, a little over 1 million viewers. And they were up 532% in site visits. They were up 31.3% in link clicks. There weren't a lot of links though to click, to be fair. They were up 240% in reach. They were up 338% in follows, up 308% in views. So huge year for the Washington County Fair on social media. And yes, so this is where I'm like, oh, I could brag, right? Because yes, I do run the fair social media account, but never been about me, always about those stories that we tell, and all of those hardworking men and women, and children, and the don't forget the FFA kids and the 4-H kids, so important, the so vital, the lifeblood of the fair. But and hundreds of volunteers, like hundreds and hundreds of volunteers, it's crazy. This year, I did not personally participate in the fair in the same way that I have for the last 6 years. And some of that was by design, some of that was by necessity. It has been a rough summer. It's been a rough year. It's been a rough year since maybe like October of last year. It's been not the smoothest of sailing for me personally. And so I wasn't around as much myself personally. I wasn't around myself personally as much as I would have liked to have been during the fair week. And so the reason I want to tout those numbers a little bit for a second is I want to say a huge thank you to our team, to Andrew Fiore and Dan LaBelle, who stepped up and went to the fair every day in my stead, and Allie Woodard, who went in my place at the fair and took those videos, did those interviews, told the story of the fair. Thank you guys so much. And maybe you did it better than me because we got more views than ever. But I think, no, in all seriousness though, of course that's about the fair. It's not about any of us. It's not about who's holding the camera. But speaking of who's holding the camera for the Washington County Fair, I want to give a massive shout out to Lauren Andrews, the fair photographer for the last, I don't know, more years than me. And this is my 6th year. Lauren Andrews, phenomenal photographer. She's based somewhere in Kent County, I believe. Just a fantastic job. And I have seen her do this fair pregnant. I have seen her do this fair with a baby on her hip. I have seen her do this fair in all sorts of weather, in heat, in humidity, in rain. She's like the post office. She's always there. Just shout out to Lauren Andrews, because so many, like all of the photos we use throughout the year for publicity, all of that stuff is Lauren Andrews photography. And she does such an amazing job every single year. She is an integral part of the fair family, and I just cannot say enough great things about her. I look forward to seeing her every single year. I actually didn't run into her this year myself, which broke my heart a little bit, but we talk we text every day, every morning. Actually, I'm waiting for a text from her for her Sunday photos. She, to be there all day and to shoot, and then to go home or go to a tent in the back or go to the office or whatever, and then edit all of those photos so that we can put up an album the next morning of the day before. That's something really special. And that's a skill that, not everybody has. So huge shout out to Lauren Andrews, the fair photographer, just really incredible. So yeah, I was not personally as involved as I would have liked to have been, as I maybe have been every single year for the last 5 years. The results were the same or better, which is fantastic. It says a lot about our team. It says a lot about everything else. And of course, most importantly, it says a lot about the fair. The fair is incredible, and so many hardworking people. I also want to give a huge shout out to somebody who is never mentioned enough, which is Barbie Jo Freitas. Barbie Jo runs the media for the fair. She's she's the communications director, I guess. She does all of the media and ad buying. She, the commercials that you see when you see the fair mentioned on WJAR, WPRI, or ABC6, WNAC. Yeah, nobody knows that one. Nobody, right? Who knows WNAC is ABC6? She's the person behind all of that. She works incredibly hard all year long for the fair. So shout out to Barbie Jo Freitas, who is another person that I think doesn't get enough credit. And again, I'm talking about what you see, right? When you go to the fair, what you see when you go to the fair, that is, and Lauren and Barbie Jo and I will all tell you, we just are the megaphone. We're just the megaphone for hundreds of volunteers. Team Orange out there busting their ass every single day, keeping the fair clean. The EMTs, the police, Richmond Carolina Fire District, Richmond Police. There are so many people to mention, to thank, to talk about for the Washington County Fair that it is really, really, really daunting to try to mention everyone. But it's important to try to mention everyone because they are all so important. They're all integral. They really, 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 really are. So I just want to say a huge thank you once again to everyone involved with the Washington County Fair. What a special week, every week of the year, every week, and every year, every August, 1 week in August. Next year, I'm still going to have the team there, but I'm going to be running around and having fun and footloose and fancy free, as my Aunt Vicky from Tennessee would always say. So we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be right back to talk about what's going on elsewhere.
D&V Mechanical specializes in the installation, maintenance, and servicing of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split heat pump systems. We are certified by Mitsubishi as Diamond Elite Contractors and factory trained and up to date on the proper procedure of the installation and service of Mitsubishi ductless heating and air conditioning ductless heat pumps. We assist with the paperwork to reduce much of the stress-related documentation required to get the state rebates and federal tax incentives. We are not a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-nothing company. We are masters of ductless heat pumps. It's what we do, and it's what we know.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Experience local excellence with RoofRite Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, RoofRite specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, RoofRite is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We were just talking about the Washington County Fair, and now I'm moving on to talk about Mesquamacut Beach. It's been a great beach season thus far, and it's not over yet. For anybody who thought that last week was maybe a little too hot, this week should be better. If you're looking for a little bit of a break from the heat and humidity. Today, high of 77, tomorrow 72, 73, 75, 78, 77, and 79. So if you're looking for, now the great thing is the further that we get along into the summer and into September, the water is warmer and warmer and warmer. So if it's a 75-degree day and you go in the water, like in August or September, the water's amazing. So especially for locals, like go check out Mesquamacut Beach this week, especially when it's not oppressively hot, which again is also a great beach day. At the Mesquamacut Drive-In Movie Theater this week, we have Iron Man on Wednesday. All movies in August start at 8:30. On Thursday, we have Dirty Dancing. On Friday, we have Beetlejuice. I'm not going to say that 2 more times. Or maybe I will. That would be kind of fun to have Beetlejuice as a guest on the show. Should I have Beetlejuice as a guest on the show? Oh, no. Oh, I said his name 3 times. Uh-oh. Saturday will be The Goonies, and on Sunday, The Meg. The Meg will be back. And then 2 more weeks. I don't know what's happening in September. I do know Jaws will return to the drive-in in September. A lot of people say, hey, where's Jaws this year at the drive-in, right? 50th anniversary of the drive-in. I'm sorry, 50th anniversary of Jaws. Jaws, biggest movie at the drive-in. Hundreds and hundreds of people every year come to, for multiple times a year, come to see Jaws at the Mesquamacut Drive-In Movie Theater. People ask, why do you guys play Jaws so much? Why? Because Jaws sells out every time. Because people, it's not the, when you're talking about Mesquamacut Beach events and you're talking about the drive-in specifically, there are so many people that are here only for that week, only for that weekend. So it's not the same thing as like the United Theater or maybe some of these other places where you're going less, right? Not going less, sorry, where you're going multiple times. Like, yes, people come multiple times, but it's not always for the locals. There's a whole new crop of people. There's like at any given time in the summer, there's like 100,000 people in Westerly, compared to the 20,000 residents. So, and they're all new. They're all new all the time. Most, so a lot of people from Springfield area, Hartford area come down, Eastern Connecticut, Western Mass, and they go to Mesquamacut Beach and they go to the drive-in movie theater. And if you're wondering, hey, how come The Goonies is playing for the 3rd time this summer? Because people show up for The Goonies, like constantly. People show up for the good. They love it. They love it. I just got a text from Mike Breen. Mikey. Hey Ben, hope you're doing well. Missed you at the reunion. Yes. That's a whole other thing. My 20th high school reunion was on Friday. And I ended up missing it for the same reasons that I was not at the fair every day. Well, I was at the fair every day. Why I was not the constant presence that you see at the fair every day that I usually am. And that is just some family health issues that are getting better. Knock on wood, but some family health issues, and things are improving. But yeah, I was like a something on prom night. I was all dressed up and ready to go, and at the last minute we could not make it to the reunion, which was terrible. But I heard the reunion itself was amazing, and I wish I could have gone. And I saw the pictures, and I love everyone in it. And I got to get back to Sarah Santos, who texted me, and asked if everything was all right. But yes, I'm very sorry to everybody in the Charahoe class of 2005. I'm still repping you guys this week. And the Washington County Fair and everything else. And I think that I'm going to have just a collection of hats on the wall right here so that I can just, what is happening with this one? Oh my God. Coach Vazzaro gave me a little bit too small of a Westerly hat. Well, it's a little bit too small. And also, it's one of the older ones, I guess. I don't know. Ron, if you're watching, Spazzato, I'll take one of the new ones. I'll pay for it. I just don't know where to get them. But thank you to Coach Samaggio for this gorgeous hat that, yes, is a little rough and tumble and needs some spot cleaner and whatever. Both my work wife, my business partner, Patrick, and my home not wife, Jackie, both have been like, hey, that hat is you're wearing that hat a lot. It's getting a little dirty. Did you wear it to the fair? Did you wear it to, and I'm like, yeah. So that's the problem with I'm used to wearing a black hat. I'm used to just wearing my black Red Sox hat for years. And it doesn't, and like, oh, it got a little dirty, a little dusty, gives it character. This beautiful white hat, you get a little whatever dirt or whatever on the brim, and you're like, it's all done. You got to clean it. Mesquamicut Beach. That's what we're talking about. Mesquamicut Beach. Yeah, the drive-in is going to be fantastic. Make sure you go check out the restaurants. Mesquamicut, I always say this, but there's new listeners all the time, new viewers all the time. Mesquamicut Beach is a 3-mile long village. And Mesquamicut Beach is not just that State Beach parking lot. It is from the Pleasant View to the Weekapaug Bridge. It is Patty's. It is the Andrea. It is the Windjammer. It is Seafood Haven. It is Salty's Clam Shack. It is Sam's Snack Bar. It is Alfie's. It is Gino's. All of those places, and so many more. Maria's, Maggie's. There are so many little Rhode Island Pizza Kitchen. There's so many great places to stay, to dine, to play. The Purple Ape. There's so much to do in Mesquamicut. And there are so many little great places to go walk around and check out. And And I highly recommend it. I think that you should go explore. You should explore Mesquamacut Beach, which sounds crazy, right? Like, we all live here. Most of us that watch 321 at least live in the area. We all think we know Mesquamacut Beach. I guarantee that there are places in Mesquamacut Beach that unless you're and maybe even if you are, unless you're a business owner in Mesquamacut, unless you're Caswell Cook, who's the executive director, whose job is to go to every single one of those places, you don't know every place at the beach. That's how many places there are. That's how many great places there are in a 3-mile stretch on the beach. And all of them have gorgeous views, and all of them are steps away from the surf, sun, and sand. Like, it is fantastic. And there's great places, like I said, to dine, to stay, to play. You can check out all of that, Mesquamacut.org. And if you're interested in going and checking out the movies, then you can do that as well. MBAdrivein.com for that information. There's a lot of other stuff coming up at the beach. There's the kite. There's the Kite Festival, 3rd annual Kite Festival, brought to you by D&V Mechanical, our good friends over at D&V Mechanical. And yeah, so make sure that you go check that out. Very important that you support our and we're gonna, by the way, as soon as like September hits, and we're gonna talk about downtown, we're gonna talk about the North End, we're gonna talk about Dunn's Corners, we're gonna talk about Cheraho, we're gonna talk about Mystic, we're gonna talk about all sorts of things. We're also gonna talk about random stuff that movies that we saw, and all sorts of stuff. We'll get to that in a little bit about what the morning show is going to comprise, and I don't have the fullest clear picture on that yet because we have a meeting about it later today. But there's a lot of fun that's going to be had. For sure here at 321 Media. So we're going to take a quick break right now. Waffle Pop Sweet Shop is open in Pawcatuck at West Broad Street. Waffles. I know that this video that we're about to play says grand opening Friday. It is open now. We got to update the video. I did not do that because we had the fair all weekend. Waffle Pop Sweet Shop. This song's going to get stuck in your head in 3, 2, 1.
Waffle Pop Sweet Shop, flavor so fine, golden crisp waffles, fresh every time, smiles that greet you, service with pride, come for the treat, stay for the vibe. Waffle Pop Sweet Shop, flavor so fine, golden crisp waffles, fresh every time, smiles that greet you, service with pride, come for the treat, stay for the vibe.
Make your house a home using quality paints and stains. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with premium products from Benjamin Moore, available only at locally owned stores like ours. Elevate your home interior with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben Paint, or give your exteriors protection from the weather with Element Guard and new Woodlux exterior stains. No matter what you choose, we know you'll see the love. Visit us today to get started on your next project. Westerly Paints, 85 Franklin Street in Westerly, or call 401-596-8333 and visit westerlypaints.com.
Moving doesn't have to be stressful. Whether it's across town or just across the hall, no job is too big or too small for Easy Does It Moving and More. Sean and his team put people first, making your move safe, smooth, and stress-free from start to finish. For a move made simple, go with the name that says it all. Easy Does It Moving and More. Call us today at 401-545-6078 or go to easydoesitmoving.com.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski. owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Duns Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Let's all go to the beach. I wanna go to the beach. Cold weather sucks, let's get some relief. I'm telling you it's well within our reach. Take me to the beach today.
Live where others only vacation, just steps away from the surf, sun, and sand of Weekapaug and Mesquamaket Beach. This spacious 3-bedroom, 3-bath home offers 2,800 square feet of coastal charm, perfect for year-round living or your ultimate summer escape. Whether you're hosting friends or soaking up the quiet, this home brings together luxury and location. Call Nancy at Oceanfront Homes today to schedule your private showing. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. While we were talking about Mesquamaket, I forgot to mention the Mesquamaket Meat Missile. I don't know if this is still a thing, but last week it took the beach by storm. It was goofy, it was fun, and a lot of people tried it, and a lot of people beat it. Was it too easy? I don't know. That's for you to decide. The Mesquamaket Meat Missile Challenge, I don't know if they still are doing it at Seafood Haven, but it was 2 of the biggest hot dogs you've ever seen in your entire life and fries. You didn't have to eat the coleslaw, but it comes with coleslaw in under 15 minutes. So the last people that I saw that beat it were a father and son duo. Moving on. The Norwich Sea Unicorns are back to back Futures League champions. Congratulations to our friends over at the Norwich Sea Unicorns and Dodd Stadium. Congratulations, Adam Plager, who was on the show a lot earlier in the summer. Congratulations to Adam. Congratulations to everybody from the Norwich Sea Unicorns. Huge for them to be back to back Futures League champions. It was a slower start to the season than I'm sure that they would have liked, and they pulled it out, and they pulled it out in great grand style. So very cool for them to be back to back champions. So congratulations to the Norwich Sea Unicorns. And it was so fun to cover all of your games this summer. Thanks to SNSN Sports for their simulcasting of those games this summer. And now it's time to move on to fall sports. And that means high school is back, baby. Are you a Charger? Are you a Bulldog? Are you a Bear? Are you a Crusader? Are you an Ochre? Are you an Eagle? Are you a Pilgrim? Are you a Scarlet Knight? Who do you root for local high school sports? For a lot of people, depends on where they went to school. And then for some people, especially in the Westerly Stonington rivalry, they move across the river because it's the dividing line is like this between those two communities. You move across the river, and then all of a sudden your kid's going to Stonington when you grew up in Westerly, and You're a bear now. And that does things to people. Because there is something so infectious about these kids giving it their all and going out there and doing their best. And it's something really, 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 really special. And I'm so glad that we get to cover it, whether it be Westerly or Stonington or Cherahoe or Prout or other schools in the future. And something that I'm going to actually go straight into the why. I'm going to go straight into the why. Why do we do what we do? Why do we do what we do here at 321? For me, that's an easy question to answer. Because I believe, and we believe, that it should be easy and accessible to see your kids play, to see your grandkids play, to see the neighbor kids play, the your friends from church, or just in the community that you live in. We believe that there shouldn't be a paywall behind that. That you should be able to be a part of that and be a part of your community. We believe that. We believe that girls volleyball is just as important as football. We believe that we should try to cover as many of these games as we possibly can. We believe that the local businesses that support these sports teams, that support their community, then get supported by their community. And we've been shown that time and time and time again. This is under 1 month from now. Under 1 month from now will be the beginning of our third year covering high school sports. It'll be the 20th year of Dave and I producing together. And there was a moment when he and I founded a children's theater many, many, many moons ago, when we looked at each other, because for the first time, after 8 years at the time, after 8 years of producing shows and doing what we did a show for the families, for the kids. We did Annie for the kids, and so that they could have something to do. And what we did was we made it free. We made it free for them. Yes, the parents paid a ticket price. Yes, we had businesses come in because you have the lights and microphones and stuff. They cost money. But we made it free for the community to be a part of. And because that was the right thing to do. And we looked at each other because we were set up in Tower Street, which is gone now. And we looked at each other because we had to move the lights back and try to find more chairs. Because when you think about the audience first, when you think about who is watching and why, that's what matters. When we do a church service, I think about the person that's at home. I think about my grandmother who was at home and wasn't able to go to her church. She broke her hip in the early 90s. And outside of a very rare circumstance, never went to church in person again. And because it was the 90s, she had a couple choices. One, televangelists. Two, read herself and maybe see her pastor once a year for communion. And that was it. Those were her choices. And then this happened. Unfortunately, she passed away long before this whole thing could happen, but this is special. This is special. We're able to take a camera and give you your church service in the palm of your hand when your kid has a soccer game and you're not able to go. We're able to take a camera and some hardworking people and make it so that you can see your daughter's soccer game when you could not get out of work or when you had to be at the hospital because grandma's sick. We think about that every time we do any of this. That's the important part. That's why we're here. That's why we do this. I talked about the Washington County Fair earlier. And I talked about how the fair had the biggest numbers of viewers that it's ever had, which is friggin' awesome. Right? It's awesome. But I got a DM from one person that said, I missed those morning recaps because I wasn't able to go to the fair this year, and I was really looking forward to those morning recaps. Now, we did more social media content than we've ever done this year for the Washington County Fair. But one voice out of 1 million people that viewed it, one voice said to me privately, personally, I couldn't make it to the fair this year, and I really missed that morning recap that showed everything from the day before. And it wasn't what we did was the same, but there was no context to it. Right? Because normally I'm at the fair going, hey, everybody, today's Military Appreciation Day. Come on down to the fair. Let's take a look at what we did yesterday. And then we show the stuff, right? And this year it was just the clips of what happened without the context of it. And 1 million people viewed the fair social media in the last month and over the course of the fair. And one person was like, hey, I couldn't go. And that stuck with me more than anything, because in my heart, in my mind, in my why we do this, we do it for that person. We do it for them. We do it for that one person that can't be at the game. We do it for that one person that can't be at the concert, that can't be at the fair, that can't be at the beach, that can't be at the church service, that can't be at the funeral, that can't be at the wedding. That's why we do this. I don't think anyone if given the choice, all things being equal, I don't think anyone, if given the choice between going and watching their child, brother, sister, son, daughter, grandchild, nephew, niece, friend, neighbor, if you could go see them do their thing in person, you would do it. But we all have busy lives, and we all have a million reasons why we can't be everywhere that we want to be all the time. And our goal as a business and as people, as Ben and Patrick and Dave and Dan and Andrew and DJ and Ken and Rona and Lisa and Greg and Allie and everyone here at 321, our goal is to give you the experience of being there as much as we can. As much as we can. And that stuck with me a lot last night, having that conversation with that one person of how can we help? How can we do better? How can we make sure that it is the best for you watching? Because that's why we're here. We're here for you. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. We're going to be back with lots of other stuff. Let me look at the schedule real quick to see what's going on today. Today is mostly just behind the scenes work. Behind the Curtain will return next week with the Granite Theater. They've had a busy summer camps that all went very well. I believe today maybe is Nicole's birthday or something close to today. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the morning show. Mindset Mastery will return tomorrow. Man About Town later this week. Keeping It Real Estate is coming back. We have a great new show coming up called All About Money, which I'm very excited about. And it is simplified. It is geared towards high school kids, students, and anybody else who just needs to know some basics of how to understand your paycheck, how to understand savings accounts, what to do with your money, how to, like, all of this stuff, taxes, all of this stuff that we don't learn that we should. So Christy Armstrong is going to be doing that. She's fantastic. Business Over Breakfast later this week. Sports Open Mic. We got a lot of stuff coming up, and then 2 more weeks and high school sports are back. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you to all of our advertisers scrolling across the bottom of the screen. We can't do this without you. We can't bring people to the events that they want to see without all of our advertisers. So thank you. Thanks for indulging me this morning, guys. And bye for now.
Game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Hi, I'm AJ Trust.
And I'm Jeff Swiderski with AnnieMac Home Mortgage's Momentum Group, your trusted partner in the home buying process.
At AnnieMac, we can strengthen your offer with our innovative program, Cash to Keys, giving you a competitive edge by allowing you to make a cash offer on your new home.
Together, we've helped over 1,000 families move into their dream homes, and we'd love to do the same for you.
Give us a call today at 401-486-0853 to get started.
Wood River Health is my home for health.
Wood River Health is a one-stop shop for primary medical care, dental care, behavioral health, and social services. We care for the members of our community because they are our community. I'm Allison Crow, President and CEO of Wood River Health. Since 1976, our health center has provided high-quality, affordable health care to residents of Rhode Island and southeastern Connecticut. We are your neighborhood health center. Let us be your home for health.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.